Alright, hello. I think I'm on here at the minute. That's fine. Because I did have other plans. But OBS did not seem to like me running Photoshop at the same time as streaming. So I guess I'm just going to pick brains while I shiny hunt. Which means I'm going to move my whole setup around. Un momento, por favor. Oh, now I've got all these extra boxes to fit in. I've actually got to change my setup. Pop a Dracon off. And pop this on the dock. One sec. Here we go. Hey, right. So either literally sub number one. Oh, sugar. So plan for the art stream kind of very quickly fell through just then. Because I was like, you know what? Let's just launch Photoshop and just throw some ideas around. No, OBS did not like that. It feels no different, but I have a lot more stuff on my dashboard that I have to be aware of. And I haven't set nothing up. Yeah, it'd be a little bit bullshit. You could still be in the first month. You'll still have a 1 there somehow. But I guess a lot of it is just going to be me picking the brains while I go back to shiny hunting as always. Honestly, it's not too much different. I've just got what now says subscribers, sub points, pre-roll stuff, and that whole dashboard. That's something else for me to get my head around. I've got all the emotes I can go in. After 60 days, there's follower emotes that come in, bits, stuff that I can customize. A lot of stuff to have fun with. Pretty much just annoyed that I can't do it on stream because streaming and OBS does not like working, apparently. Have I not got chat on this? I've hidden the chat, apparently. I was wondering why it wasn't on the stream. I think I was recording something. Hey, you're right, but how's it going? There we go, chat's on screen now. There is technically a glass, but I've actually just finished a drink. I need ideas for that kind of stuff, to be honest. For the badges and emotes and stuff like that. Raymond's mind. Yeah. So instead of the art stuff, I'm just gonna be and my camera's not there. There we go. So yeah, if you've got any ideas for those, what? So basically, I've got the 3 tiers of emotes. You get 3 emotes, 2 normal, 1 animated for tier 1, and then 2 emotes. I think they can be animated. Like, you get the choice. Oh yeah, oh my god, I forgot about all the female Kecleon. That might not be a bad one. Because then I could do it like a rainbow Kecleon. And it'd be like rainbow animated Kecleon one. That could be a fun one, to be fair. I'm actually gonna tell you what. That's it. Let's actually get the game loaded up, and then, because I know I'm gonna forget a lot of these, I'm gonna grab my notebook. And then I'm obviously gonna have to have something shiny-ish, unless I just tie shiny in with the Kecleon. Make him sparkly. In a very, very tiny square. And then I've got to turn the music off. I have noticed this time. I'm slowly getting better at this. I just gotta remember to turn the music off before I go into a game. Maybe leave it on low. You know, I don't mind leaving it on low. I think that's chill. That's not something in of considering the amount of Panfried and all that kind of stuff. Let's go like Twitch ideas. Because I love a good notebook. You can't go wrong with a physical notebook. Because the amount of times I make digital notes and just forget them and they'll go missing in a file somewhere. Just put like, it's going to be the most random nonsensical load of words. Rainbow Kecleon and Fry Up. It's going to be what I'm going to call it. Fry Up High. And that will make sense somehow to me. Oh, and this hunt, by the way. It is... I thought it was going to be just I'll find all the Bulbasaur because it was going relatively okay. And I've left them in order. Specifically so I know, like, roughly putting together, like, the shorts. What I'm going to do. Oh, I forgot I can't go straight to the bottom. So the Bellsprout I just found kind of randomly in between. That's the Pidgey we found at the start of last stream. Then 2 Caterpies trying to set up the chain. Or like, I think a new chain after the stream because I managed to break it. Because I was like half asleep and I managed to catch a Pikachu somehow. Yeah, it took so long for my handwriting to actually pick back up. After I just, because you type a load of stuff, you lose that skill. But now that I use notebooks, I think I write more in a notebook than I do, except for like scripts for videos. I write more in a notebook than I do typing, I think, actually. No, I wish. You got these 2 shiny Bulbasaur after I managed to set up the chain. Then a Kakuna broke the chain. A Metapod then appeared while I was trying to set up another chain. And hey, budget. Jesus for the tier 3. Okay. didn't have to go straight in that hard. I guess you'll get all of them once I make them. All the emotes, all the whatever benefits. But yeah. Metapod broke the chain. And then Kakuna then broke another chain. But because I got the 2 Caterpie and the Metapod, I accidentally got the whole Butterfree line ready to go in between. So that's a short ready to go accidentally. And then the Kakuna. So I just need a Weedle to finish this. But trying to set up the chains for the Bulbasaur has been a thing. But yeah, I'm just going to keep shiny hunting these. So if you want to throw ideas. I'm probably going to... So... This is one thing I've got to figure out because it needs to be feasible for me. In between, like, I think I mentioned last time, I need some form of schedule. Just because it's now feasible-ish for an income. I was thinking something to do with, like, the one to do something with the logo. I had a half decent idea that I might do. The only annoying thing is I don't really have a little character guy that can throw most things, which I guess will just come with time. Unless I just completely rip off what is oh, what's it on? I think my Discord icon. It's my little like Fallout guy, but that's like super niche. That's like only if you've got me on Discord you kind of know that little guy. Yeah, I don't want to force a little mascot. I might just keep it to basic logos and stuff right now, because that's just kind of my forte anyway. So it's like, you know, from the Fallout series, the Pip-Boy, I basically made me, but this is like me years ago, so I had like a down fringe and everything in the style of that, like a little red circle and stuff in the background. Which I think it was actually around the time Fallout 4 came out. Because one of my favourite games of all time, if it's not Skyrim, it's Fallout 3. Because that was actually the first game that made me get an Xbox 360, just kind of randomly. Bud, what the fuck? much do you make? Like, what the fuck is going on? I guess we'll really test if my friggin' payment details are set up properly. Like, yeah. Really get that motivation for me to stream more, I guess. Like, yeah. I'm just kind of lost for words on that. And what do I have to give you any special favors? Is this how it works? Is it? Do I have to get in a hot tub and like take my top off? To be fair, if I really wanted to make money off it, it would be hot tub stream straight off. Oh, and now he plays coy. The amount of times you've told me like top off, do all this stuff jokingly. As soon as I actually say I'll do it, oh, he goes coy, he goes shy. Just set the sub goal. Oh god, that's what I was reading through. So the amount of stuff they send you once like the affiliate stuff comes through, like I know like I realize why people do it. There's actually a hype train thing on the back end that you can set up, and they tell you to set sub goals and do community stuff and all that. And it's some of the sleaziest stuff, like not sleazy, more the stuff that feels predatory. It's like they tell you to put the goal on screen so people will feel more, I don't think they use the word pressure, but I've lost the word for it at the minute. But kind of pressured into subbing to like make the number go up. Like that's social engineering. Yeah, and apparently you can set it up so it varies. And like doesn't auto... Okay, I lost that Bulbasaur. The next one's going to be higher odds. Yeah, so it can vary, so the hype train thing isn't always the same threshold, depending on what it works out. It's odd. And I get the theory behind having that kind of stuff, but it feels, at least because I see through it, so deliberately like social engineering, that I'd kind of rather not. It's not something that, like, oh yeah, I'd rather just keep that stuff private. Like, no, if someone asked me, I'd tell them the number. I just wouldn't want it on screen. Especially after listening to, I think it was people interviewing Ludwig. And just how he described, like, putting sub goals out. What did he say? Because it was really interesting. So interesting that I basically forgot it. I think he said, in the moment, sub goals seem really important. The moment you do them, you realize how unimportant they are. Something along those lines. But anywho, side tangent off. What days would you rather me stream if I'm going to try and get into some form of schedule? Because especially just stuff like this, I can just kind of jump on and do anytime, or like bigger ideas. Like I'm definitely going to try and jump on Saturday and do the bigger idea, the one I said before, which is like trying to stream as long as I can to reclaim shinies that I've lost or missed or just didn't end up getting. And then, yeah, mostly evenings just because that's how work is. Like, weekends I could probably do mornings, but apparently stream time, or just content times in general, from YouTube and Twitch, they actually recommend sometime around 6 o'clock-ish, which does not work for me straight after work unless it's a weekend. Weekends I might try and do 6. Especially because I eat relatively early. There we go. I knew it was going to do that. Nope. Come on. Yeah, I eat relatively early. So, this big Bulbasaur. Wait for it to do it again. And just launch a ball. There we go. Yeah, I think the time's okay. Like sometime between, I try and jump on around 8 or 9ish, because that usually gives me time to like eat after work, chill for a bit, and then jump on. Oh, I wasn't gonna like go straight in with the hard schedule. Just trying to work out roughly what days to like make a schedule out of. I was thinking maybe like twice a week, just because that means through a month I at least hit the 7 days, which is 24/7 constantly. If I ever make big money, I'm definitely gonna do that. Yeah, give it 2 days and then it'll be a bonus third day. I was thinking maybe just like I've done today, like maybe a Wednesday and a Saturday or a Sunday. It depends. Maybe probably a Sunday, just because I'd end up doing stuff on Saturday. And still, not a lot of people. But yeah. Well, once it becomes a lot more serious, and it's not just Bud dropping the friggin' 20 gift subs immediately, like the friggin' baller he is. But yeah. I'm thinking maybe Sunday, just because not a ton of people know I actually do it in like my close circle, even. So like if I'm doing stuff on Saturdays, I don't have to say like, oh, I'm streaming, because I think a collectively maybe like 3 or 4 people actually know I do YouTube and Twitch, just because it's not something that people actually still, as an adult, look at favorably. Yeah, or is it? I mean, yeah, they were. Do you know? Oh, I've still got to settle the stream element. You just reminded me. I haven't got the notifications for that type of stuff. Okay, I'll make a note of that. Set up stream elements. Stream elements. Notifications. That is pure scribble. That is true. You did. I mean, you didn't hold up because Ray apparently couldn't hold his water and had to sub straight away. Which I appreciate it. But yeah, you did always say like you'd be the first, but at least you're the first to cheer and you're the first to gift. You hit more firsts. And oh my god, the amount of... You're setting off my phone consistently. Oh, no, never mind. That wasn't you. That was my parents. Sending... Crap. I saw it do the animation. And it was going to run and break my chain. Yeah, you also hit the first tier 3. To be fair, I was a bit surprised because I know Twitch is rarely slow for its updates anyway, because I constantly check and just be like, has it added up this? Because the Twitch's mobile app may be terrible, but the back-end dashboard is actually just really satisfying to flick through all the like the achievement bits, but it's super slow to actually update. So like my time streamed, which is why I didn't fully know what I needed to do coming up to it until literally the day before, and I looked, I was like, oh, I just got to do 6 or 7 and just do one more, which I was going to jump on that night anyway. It just happened to work out that I didn't have to do Sunday, and I got a bit of a rest because long weeks in work and still long weeks. I have a team of 3 and we've got 1 person off, so we're running a little bit thin, but it was also payday yesterday, so I've got myself a nice, very impromptu camping trip booked, which I've got such a weird creator mindset on me now. Because I booked the camping trip like, oh yeah, it'll be nice and relaxing. I'll go away over the weekend, like land there Friday afternoon, chill, leave Sunday. But I was like, that could also be like the I'm here until I find a shiny video that I mentioned a while ago. I was like, oh, 2 birds, 1 stone. I get to film bits for that and make it, and it'll be nice. quicker, shorter video to do. And also actually chill camping. Yeah, it just seemed like a fun idea. I think I'll be watching stuff and spin the idea for myself, because I don't like just straight ripping stuff unless maybe like it's a badge quest sort of thing. That I feel like you can put your own spin on it while doing the exact same as other people have done. You just kind of put your personality into it. Although I have also been watching stuff recently where I could do 2 ideas together. I'm still trying to form that one, so I won't just like throw it out into the ether. Still trying to work out how feasible it'd be. I don't know, because literally, so those Kakuna and Metapods were this morning before I went to work. Like, I woke up maybe an hour early, so just sat there for an hour getting them and trying to set up chains, and I got those 3 shinies. So I'm now 50-50. Well, I might go for a specific shiny. Oh no, I also got a Bulbasaur in the morning. So that was 4 this morning. But I'm thinking maybe if I go for a specific shiny, that might be what makes it go longer and not make it an easy one to go for. So something, maybe not a Let's Go, maybe a harder one in Scarlet and Violet. Like maybe something full odds. That could be a thing. Especially because I've actually got days there to do the video. The thing is, I run on so little sleep. I'd be tempted to do one of the older games, and I was tempted to maybe multi-game it to make it a bit more visually interesting. But the only issue is, if I did one of the older games, I wouldn't be able to really like screen record it without just killing batteries. And I think, like I mentioned in the other stream as well, battery management is actually the biggest feasibility thing of it all. Yeah, most nights I get to sleep at about maybe like 12ish and get about 5.5 hours sleep. But yeah, at least if I take the switches with me, I can record the last 30 seconds and have like screen capture of it for anything interesting that happens. Have the 2 switches on me, so I've basically got 2 batteries, even though it's actually the switch I'm on and not my other switch at the minute, because this is the one with the combo chain on it. It's the 1st gen switch, which, if you don't know, is the switch with the less battery, because they had a 2nd gen switch which was the same as the normal ones, but okay. Oh yeah, not feasible in the slightest, especially all the rain and the cloud cover we've had. But yeah, the 2nd gen switch has a bigger battery, but the OLED has the same battery as the 2nd gen switch, so I'll probably have that as my main one, and then in emergency swap my save over to the other one. It works. It had the same very jarring "hey, I'm here" effect. I feel like 5 to 6 hours is about right. If I get more, I don't feel good. Or if I get more, usually I need it. Which is also not a good thing, because I think probably went to sleep at about like 12:01ish, something like that, and woke up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and didn't know where the time had gone. I'll go get some water in a minute, don't worry. 22 hours. To be fair, you haven't been well. I can see why you'll have done that. But what you've got to get on is Pokemon Sleep if you're doing that. Send Nintendo or Game Freak or Niantic, whoever, your sleep data. Almost a whole day over 2 days. Which, if you split that, 11 hours isn't too bad. Is it not out yet on iPhone? That's actually surprising. Usually they prioritize iPhone. Hopefully the sleep's doing you good. Oh, one thing I'm happy about, it just reminded me, I don't know why sleep reminded me of this, but it's Pokemon news. The fact that there's a leak that there's going to be like a... Oh, what did they call it? You know, the conference for like Game Freak. Specifically, or like the Pokemon have a specific one and it's annoying that I can't remember it. I only realised the other day, since I moved, I have... Oh wait, okay, this Bulbasaur, and then I go get a drink. And I tell this. I didn't realise how... I've been living here almost a year and I haven't signed up for a doctor's near me until I was like, oh, I need to actually go get a checkup. So that's something that I've got to do because I've definitely got stuff wrong with me at the minute that I need sorting. Yeah, you're really not having a look. You're just cold and cut off. I wouldn't mind. That is on the lower half. I still haven't set up crits for that. I'm making up for that. And there's a Bulbasaur there. I'm going to get a glass of water one sec. Crits for chat. There we go. More random notes. Alright, I'll go grab a drink because you remind me to hydrate and I'll be back in a sec. I forget the camera every time. I'm hydrated. We're good. I'm alive. This stand, it's because of the way I move my setup around. It's not actually fully supported under the arm. I might need a new mic arm soon. Yeah, but leave the stream going for 5 months. Let's turn this off and go back into the game. Soon you won't have to remind me to hydrate, but it might be 5 months until I get to that point, to be fair. No kidney stones, just a crippling caffeine addiction. I'm not going to make this a habit of every time I see it, but I know I will forget. What was it? Oh, you know when you have a thought and it just leaves your head instantly? I had a thought literally as I walked down the stairs. And as soon as I sat down, it left me. I was like, pick your minds for this, and it's gone. Yeah, but to be fair, for just some... That wasn't my hand. What the hell did I just hit? I think I hit the actual mechanical part of the desk. Yeah, so you can't spam it that much. I think it's on a 2-minute timer. Yeah, I think that was like a cover because it's a sit-stand desk. Which, to be fair, probably might actually be better. Considering I did just have like an after-dinner nap, I might be better just standing up. It'll make it so there's less chance of me actually hitting the desk. Let's just bring you up here. There we go. Just very slowly come into frame. Just hope. Oh, wait. The camera's growing, or I'm either very aroused and the desk is rising for other reasons. What can I say? Just the thought of a shiny Bulbasaur just gets me going. No, wait, no. I'm not going to start that again because it'll be the whole Dash Bun thing. You know, we'll just forget I said that. Just cut that bit from the stream VOD. No one will have any evidence. Probably easier to find a Bulbasaur costume than it is a Dash Bun costume, to be fair. Depends on how you look at it, because how canonically... Okay, we're going down a rabbit hole here. How canonically big is a Bulbasaur? Wait, no. I don't even have to look this up. Let's Go has sizes. Exactly, Bulbasaur isn't a dog, so technically I'm not a fairy. That Bulbasaur, it goes up to 3 foot. Jesus Christ, 3'2" for a big one, or 1 foot for a small one. It depends. I feel like you'd have to... I shouldn't go into thinking about this. There probably is. What is it? It's not rule 42. The rule where if you Google anything on the internet, there's probably porn of it. Rule 34. I think that's it. So it's probably somewhere there out on the internet. Yeah. Hey, I nailed it. It's like I've been on the internet before. And it is actually a lot more relaxing to stand up and do this. Was actually a solid shout. And would highly recommend a standing desk if you're ever looking to get your office set up. It wouldn't be me if we didn't. You just managed to get me down those rabbit holes. Everything I say now, I'm thinking about it. Although, oh my god, there was earlier today, I actually had to take a bit. So I was just again, I can't fully remember how it came up. I just kind of started talking about it and then followed the thought and then had to stop myself. But yeah, I was just watching like comedy specials today just because there's nothing really else to watch on YouTube while I was working. And I had to stop myself at some point because I was literally going to like drink my coffee and having to stop because I think it was Jim Jeffries is very hit or miss for me, but I was just scraping the bottom of the barrel. But he got into a bit about having sex with his wife. And I just had to pause it. Like, I burst out laughing once. I had to pull my earphone out and pause it. And the guy just looked at me like, what are you watching? Because I physically couldn't hold it in. And there's nothing worse than when you want to laugh and you're trying not to. It almost makes it worse. So then I'd pull the earphone out, trying to think like, okay, I'll give myself a breather. I'll let the joke settle in and cool off. But then I just kept thinking of the joke. And also thinking, I've got to not laugh. I've got to not laugh. It was 10 minutes solidly that I was just like giggling to myself with nothing going on. My phone locked itself. I almost choked on my coffee at one point, which is why I had to put it down. Like, unlike drinking water, I will just constantly drink coffee if it's there. Because like I say, crippling addiction, but I don't do drugs, so it's fine. Bulbasaurs are the worst. Give it a second. And just launch it. So yeah, I go through a coffee so quick that I think I literally got to the point. And so how the desks are in work, say I'm just sitting here. I've got a girl sitting there but facing me, and then across from me I have my manager looking at me. So she was just looking across and could just see me constantly like going, like very hesitantly going to drink my coffee and stopping myself until eventually I just put my coffee down, and then all you heard out of nowhere was just like because it was an explosion It's like trying to hold in a sneeze. I was like, sort of thing. Because I'll explode if I hold in a sneeze, which is why it's pointless. But the secret, I also know to like... Sorry, I'm getting distracted by shadows. The secret to actually holding in a sneeze, or like a quiet sneeze, not holding it in, it's the breathing while you do it. I realised this also today. While I was trying to like hold everything in, I was like, nothing's getting held in today. If I need the toilet, I'm going, like nothing's getting held in. Just breathe out as you sneeze, and you just gotta kind of like tongue on your front teeth and like you're just doing a TH sound. That will be a good one. Ooh, okay. Such random words. Coffee, hydrate, and I'll know what I mean. I'm gonna have such a fun time. Oh, that's what I was thinking when I said. I was like, I'm gonna have such a fun time just making all these like little emotes and that. Just through the whole week. I think because I've only, well, the one for like tier 1. I could have an animated coffee for the higher tiers, but a water cup just as a normal one. That's not a bad idea. Steamy animated coffee. And then maybe I just put water/hydrate. Because they're not bad ideas, considering the other things that seem to get pointed out the most. I mean, I actually did it as like a little motif. I think tier 1, if I've got it right, have one animated emote. I can actually check that now, considering I've got the chat on the screen anyway. Emotes. It's actually the benefit of setting up the chat on stream is that's pretty much where I read it. Let's see. Wait, what? Oh, that's gonna run in a second. I gotta run. Do you want standard emotes? 1 out of 7. I didn't realize I had 7. And 3 animated slots. That can't be right, surely. Tier 2 get 1 special emote and tier 3 get 1 special emote. For some reason I was thinking it was like 4 or 5 for tier 1. But sure. Although that might be because Bud just threw a load of subs at it. It went up from what it was. So, I mean, the slots are there now. I've got more slots to work with. Cheers. It seems like it, yeah. Right, Bud just unlocked a load of emotes for you. Yeah, I saw all those. I did not realise though, like they were a thing. So yeah, 1k bits, 5k bits, and 10k bits. And then if no, someone unlocks it if what's it called? Someone unlocks a 25k bit icon thing if they use a 10k bit. That's the only thing I kind of... Oh, there's my controller gone. Because it's been a fun little read, but it's a lot to take in. Especially when I'm trying to work it all out for like... This is all stuff I might have to do and keep in mind. Which my little like ADD brain does not work well with, because that's a lot of work. Where do I start? Although considering my first video was like an hour long, the main bit was actually starting it. Like just taking everything in and organising it. Which is actually something that I need to remind myself to do tonight. Is record the voiceover for the next video. It's all fully scripted, ready to go. I just need to actually start the voiceover. it was fun to make. It just kind of took like every night just cracking through for a couple hours and getting 10 minutes done in chunks. 2-hour video potential. Make it 2 hours short and just make it really backwards. Yeah, just go watch the VODs. They're roughly around 2 hours nowadays, apparently. I realized I was like very consistent, like 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think, at least for any ideas that I've got now, that I'd go and do like anything longer than what I've just done. I mean, I'm glad to be doing the work there. That's where the views are coming from, apparently. It still surprises me people subscribe to the second channel. It's like, what is the benefit of these really just like low effort stream VODs just chucked up with like top ended with like this was recorded on Twitch and then like and subscribe at the end. And then whatever I did on stream in the middle. Although I can imagine the stream I did where I was muted for like the first, I think like 10-15 minutes of it wouldn't be the best watch. It means the effort I put into actually getting the face cam working was worth it. VODs I don't generally go back and watch, rarely to be honest. I do watch longer videos, like longer produced stuff, but not really VODs. I did months ago, but that's for like, what was I watching? I think it was like playthroughs of like, of all things like Minecraft mod packs and that. Just like, I'd find the first stream where they did it and only watch the streams where they played it. Come on. Yeah. And that's the only one that I put a little bit of effort into. And I think it was, who was it? I can't remember who reminded me that I was muted. Or pointed out that I was muted. And I was like, oh, I can't be, like, the mic's on. And I was like, the mic's turned up, but it's not turned on. But yeah, that's the only one that I put a bit of effort into and just threw the text on screen. Like, didn't realise, sorry. There's also the stream where I muted myself because my dad called me. Listen, only I get to choose when it's turned on. Yeah, that'd be a weird stream to go back and watch. So it's like, first I'm muted because I don't realise, and then there's maybe about like 10-15 minutes of a phone call where I mute myself anyway. I don't know why it's so red under these lights. I feel like because it's darker. It just does, and this camera's also not the best. You'd think so. It goes a lot higher. It's also taking out the mic. For some reason, oh no, I was thinking it goes above my head. That's when I'm sitting down. It goes up just about so you can see that frame in the background. Which I need to sort that frame. It's a frame of like concert tickets. But there's a good like 3 or 4 that need to go in there now. But there's also like 2 of them that I have to like either find prints of like receipts or like something on emails or make my own, because concerts going to e-tickets, I get it, save the trees, whatever, like it's also more secure for the venue and less transferable, or like they can track the transfer. But I like getting a physical ticket, and I didn't buy my own tickets for the longest time. So it was only like the last tickets I bought, which I think were Ed Sheeran's last tour, where I realised I could click the option for souvenir tickets. So I've got the souvenir ticket from that to go in, plus a Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins tribute concert ticket to go in. Plus, I think also the Equals tour ticket as well. Like, and there's one other that I've went to see. Oh, Panic at the Disco's last tour. I've got that ticket downstairs to go in. Where was that? Because I feel like I saw Muse at some... No, it wasn't during uni. It might have actually been 2019. Where was it? Because I might be able to help. Okay, then no. Oh, and I've also got I think a Queens of the Stone Age. Or they may be in there. No, Queens of the Stone Age are in there. Yeah, because I went to see Muse with my cousin. And this was in either Leeds or Reading Festival. And I was trying to work out when it was. I was like, it might have actually been like 2019. Because I was like, or 2020. No, I think I passed my testing. Because like, I drove there in my first like piece of shit car. Because there's my dad's second hand car and he's a mobile barber driving around all day. So that thing was driven to the ground and then I got it. But yeah, have I got that music in there? I don't think the ticket, but I've got the bands from the day. Like the festival bracelet things. Which are hell to get off. I get why they're supposed to be hell to get off. But I didn't want to cut them off. I wanted to keep them in one piece because I like the souvenir. But yeah, I really need to fill that frame. And I'm so excited. I mean, there's two people I've saw a lot. I mean, I say people, like people and bands. I think I've seen... They might actually be about equal. I saw Ed Sheeran on his Divide tour, on the Equals tour, and what was supposed to be the Subtract tour, but the album wasn't out when I went to see him. So that was an interesting gig. And I think I've seen Foo Fighters the same, if not more. Because I want to say I saw them for the Concrete and Gold tour. Then I'm forgetting the album for that. I think I've seen them 4 times. Or like I'm gonna see them 4 times. That may have been... It's probably... I mean, if they were in Reading or Leeds, they were probably touring around the UK. Just noticed it was a bit low. So yeah, it would have been around the time because I'd only just passed my test, which was April of that year. 4th of April. So that would make sense. I need to see these albums. Because if you couldn't tell from me saying... Oh wait. Promo. I'll check that in a second. Random comment. Foo Fighters albums. Because I've pretty much seen every chance to see the Foo Fighters since I could get tickets. Because #1 band by a mile. Yeah, I do think that, especially like when Orange just like jumps in on the stream. I'm like, he's in Liverpool, but I'd only know one way. Or like, he'd only know if he saw me. I'd never know if I saw him. That's the bit that like baffles my mind. It makes me go, oh, this is still kind of like parasocial-ish. But that's only because like I put my face out there. Otherwise I could just kind of go anonymously. It was just a weird like thought I had walking around the other day on like my lunch break. That was it. So I saw them for the Concrete and Gold tour, Medicine at Midnight tour, the Taylor Hawkins tribute gig, and I'm going to see them for the Rescued tour next year, which I'm so excited for. Oh! Which, just, if you want to get any tickets to any concerts, sign up for the band's friggin' newsletters, because I just randomly saw their tickets went on pre-sale. I was like, oh shit, these are a thing. And I got my dad into the Foo Fighters. Because I was just watching them, I think, one year when they played Glastonbury. I just had it on the TV and he's like, these are amazing. I was like, these have been going as long as I've been alive. Which makes sense because he's into all like his classic rock and then you've got a bit of that vibe. I say a bit of that vibe, that is the whole vibe. They call themselves a dad band. Unapologetically. I kind of love that for them. But yeah, the amount of, considering I've already seen them like 3 times. Although it was his fault the 3rd time because I offered tickets and I just shook the controller so EVs came up. So I think the first time I went with my cousin. Record that. That's a shiny. That's shiny Bulbasaur. I will continue the story in a second. I need to make sure I catch this. Use a raspberry. Let it do its attack and just launch it. And it's an excellent. Stay in. And that's the last of the Bulbasaur line done. I've got my 3 Bulbasaur that I can evolve now. No, I got the other 2, one the other day and one this morning, so that's the 3rd one done. Now I've just got to evolve them. But yeah, anywho, continuing. I can leave the forest now, actually. Unless I want to like hunt for a Weedle, which I'm really just kind of not in the mood for at the minute. I need to just get these evolved. Which I actually need to evolve the Caterpies as well, and then I'll have all the footage for the shorts. Because I'm on that grind for content. But yeah, so first concert I went to see with my cousin. Wait, have I saw them again? I feel like I might have saw them at a festival. No, I didn't end up doing it. I'm going to wait for them to come back round and actually go with a prepped Pokemon this time. I need to fly to Cerulean. I'm trying to pick my brain because I don't know if I saw the Foo Fighters at a festival or not. It's a solid maybe. But yeah, first time we were back to the friggin' thing that I got distracted from. Went with my cousin the first time. Then the second time, my mum and dad could have killed me because I was trying to get tickets for me and my cousin for so long. And I managed to pick up 1 ticket. So I was like, okay, I've got to go. When is it? And it happened to be the day I was flying out to Portugal on holiday with them. So they wanted to kill me because I reorganized the flight for a day later. Paid the difference. So I ended up paying more just for the sake of going to see them. And then they had to come pick me up from the airport the day after, so they lost a bit of a day. But I was like, if it was any other band, I would have just left it. But not for them, I needed to see them. So yeah, so that one I went and saw on my own. I was right up at the front of the crowd. It was amazing. Like, I was right next to the speakers, and you know when like shakes your core, like I was that close. So that was amazing. A lot of traveling that day as well. Because I think at that point, I couldn't drive. Which even the next one where I can drive, did not make it any better. I need to get rid of my camera on my side. Because it's distracting me. Oh, I was. That was a full day of... Wait. Oh, no. Wait. No. I almost just sent the shiny. Oh my god, I need to mark that. I'm trying to tell a story and also do productive things on the game. It's not a good combo. Yeah. It was a long day of wake up early, get some breakfast, get on a train, get to Manchester, then get to... I think it was... I want to say it was Old Trafford. The Old Trafford Stadium. Go see the gig. Get there like a few hours later. 11ish o'clock. I got my brother-in-law to come pick me up. Sure, we can take a train, I guess. Oh. Cheers. They're not great trains, admittedly, I'll be honest. There's a reason why I'd rather drive somewhere than take a train. But yeah, I then got my brother-in-law to pick me up at about 11ish. Drive me back home to get like the barely rideable here. Drive me back home. I got maybe 2-3 hours of sleep. He then, like the freaking godsend he is, picked me up in the morning and drove me back to Manchester to go to the airport. And then I think I just slept that whole flight there. Can't even remember how long the flight was. I was just passed out. But it was worth every second. But then we were coming to when I saw them for the tribute for when so Taylor Hawkins, the drummer died like all of a sudden. So they put on a tribute gig. Yeah, which is surprising that in 2 hours I could just fall asleep for the whole of the 2 hours. Because usually it takes me ages to get asleep on a plane. But I was just out for the count. I made sure, but oh my god. The fact that I almost released it and the prompt saying, are you sure you want to release this one, is the only thing that stopped me. But yeah, so back to that story. The tribute concert they put on for the drummer who died. I managed to get 2 tickets, and I was like, I rang my dad up straight away. I was like, are you coming? It's a bit last minute. It's the end of the week. Are you going to come see them with me? And he was really in 2 minds because he had my nephews down, and he was like, I can probably reschedule work because like you're going to kick yourself if you miss it, because the lineup was amazing. Like, you had Brian May from Queen, you had Dave Grohl fronting AC/DC with the drummer from Metallica on, and it was a once in a lifetime set. I was like, you'll kick yourself if you miss it, but if you've got to, you could see the stream bit, and I sent him the links and that. But he still says to me to this day, he's like, I really fucking wish I would have said yes to going with you. But for that, I ended up, oh wait, I think I need to fill in a full team. Oh, I have no Ultra Balls. Yeah, for that, my plan was to not pay for accommodation, very stupidly. I was like, nah, I can do it all in one day. Yeah, he didn't go, and he kicks himself to this day. He's like, next time we're going, and he still doesn't know about the tickets for the next concert. My mum messaged me saying, you need to get him a ticket. I was like, already on it. So when I managed to get the tickets, I booked 2 tickets for us to go. So he's actually getting to see them, like, for 1 to the 4 times I went to see them. But yeah, I was like, oh, I won't book accommodation. I'll drive down in the day, dead early, get something to eat down there, be all relaxed, and then drive back. My god, the drive there wasn't bad, because you hit like the M1 toll road, which is just a nice empty straight road. Just leave cruise control on and just make sure you stay in the lane. Left nice and early, had coffees on the way, it was all good, it was sweet. Got down there, relaxed, had something to eat, went to the concert. The drive back from, and because this was in Wembley in London, so that drive for me is about 5 hours. So already done 5 hours of driving in a day. You say youngsters, I think this was maybe like last year. Which I was very breakable. Not even gonna lie about that one. Because basically, driving back, I had to get through concert traffic coming out. So it took me about 2 hours just to get out of London. And then it had been a long day. So I was super tired. Roughly, so got out of London and it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I knew I had another like 4.5 hours of driving on me. Near enough. Like, probably longer if you count the fact that I realised I was getting that tired. I had to take pit stops to like either stop and have short naps or grab a coffee just to keep me going, or like an energy drink or something sweet. Like, I stopped 3 or 4 times. But I was committed to going to that. Oh, caffeine, guanine, taurine, whatever you could get in my veins was in there. Oh, hello, Snorlax. But, again, stupid decision not to get accommodation down there. Still worth every second of going to see them. And especially, like, usually I won't go to gigs unless the standing tickets. Oh yeah, that's what I've done this time. Because I was thinking about doing that because my friend's got a wedding like just outside of London. I was like, I could do it. I'm planning to drink and all that. It's going to be a load of effort. I'll just get the PaneyeRewind for the weekend. And I've got a long weekend so I can like go out for drinks before the wedding and all that. And also have a day to myself. But yeah, usually I won't. I'm going to shove laws on. I won't go to gigs unless I can get standing tickets. But the fact that it was a once-in-a-lifetime gig for that one, I dealt with, like, being in the stands. And yeah, that is how you live. Like, if you've got no reason not to do it and something you want to do, like, only don't do things for legitimate reasons. Like, you actually shouldn't spend that money. It would be a stupid decision, or you might give someone a disease, or like legitimate reasons, not like, oh, I'm just not feeling it. Like this, that's my mindset in general. If it's just like, oh, I just don't feel like doing it, I'll force myself to do it. If you've got to spend it how you want. I'll never judge anyone for spending money unless it is literally taking food out of your own mouth. That is the only time I will judge you, or someone else's mouth. If you've got kids you need to feed, I will judge you for not feeding them, or animals. But if someone says like, I don't know, let's say like family occasions. If someone is having a birthday party and like, I just don't really feel like going because I'm just not really up to it. Yeah, just a little bit. Because I realised I was doing that a lot, and it was a mindset that I kind of developed in university, which is probably why I made a load of friends in university. People would be like, are you going out to drink? And I'd be like, I could really use... this is me in a nutshell as well. Like, I could really use a nap, but yeah, I'll come out with you. Because then you just get like energy while you're out. Yeah, it helps with the self-esteem stuff as well. Because my family keep reiterating to me. It's like, oh, you just came back from uni and you were a different person. You were just like so much more confident. They're like, yeah, because I just forced myself to friggin' do things. I didn't just... Again, might be cracking some eggshells like the last stream. But I don't just want to like sit on my computer all day. Unless I'm being productive and like streaming or making videos and stuff like that. Writing scripts. Doing graphics. Which is probably why I don't really play games unless they're on the Switch. Because I can just put the Switch down so easily. Like, pick it up for a short time, put it down. Like, I'll chip away at shiny hunts and things like that. But if someone asks me to do something and I've got no reason not to, then don't see why not. No, no, see you in a sec. It's like so my friend's wedding in London, I could go, that'd cost maybe more than I want to spend to go down to see them. And it's a whole weekend gone. And I haven't really talked to them in a while. I'm still close with them. Like, they are like one of those friends where if you don't talk to them for ages, and then the moment you see each other, it's like no time's been missed. You're just straight back in it. So I was like, okay, still pretty close to them. You know what? Let's just go down. It's something different. And I get stories to tell people. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's those people you can just drop straight back into the rhythm with. Because also, the amount of people, especially that I've interviewed while I've been in my current job, who are like, oh, I'm just so boring and I don't do anything. It's like, half of the time, they are the people who will use the excuse of, oh, no, I'm a bit not up to it tonight, so I don't feel like going out. They then don't have stories to tell people. And I feel like your whole life is collecting stories. I'm going to have to run away from you. Because it was actually my best mate from uni who we catch up. Like, every now and again, we'll just, like, jump on a Discord call. And just play random games and just chat shit when he's got time. It's like, he used to say, you've literally got a story for everything. It's like, because I just went out and essentially, like the Living Dex, I just went out and collected stories for every kind of situation. Like, if someone's just talking about something in a group, or like, say you're on a night out and you're in, every night out somehow always ends in a smoking area. That might just be British culture, but it's a good rule of thumb to expect. The amount of people you meet in smoking areas who are so interesting. I was just saying, like, you know, when you've got those friends who you don't talk to for ages, but the moment they ring you, or like you see them in person or wherever, you catch up, it's like no time's been missed. That's like the friend I'm going down to the wedding in the end of September. I was like, oh, I haven't talked to them in a bit, but we are those types of friends. I need to really get this chancy chain going. And I've lost my train of thought. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was it. I was like, yeah, looking for XP sacks. To be fair, there are other XP sacks, but Chanty just happens to be the best one. Yeah, nights out, usually, like I was saying, XP sacks would be a great one. Pink XP sacks. Like, it won't openly be Chancy. It might just be a pink sack with XP on it, but it'll have like the little Chancy is on the side, depending on what I can squeeze in. I'd have to make it a very vibrant pink. Or maybe do it like the egg with the little ears on top. So it'd be like the pink on the bottom with the egg on top, and the ears are like the little tied tuft. And the egg's just got like XP engraved in it. But yeah, British nights out, end in a smoking area. And my friend used to be baffled. He was like, considering how I am now, I've actually regressed a little bit just because I couldn't go out for 2-3 years. They're gonna be so fun to make. My friend used to be like, you can literally just like talk to anyone. How? And I was like, cause I'd leave my room. It was the equivalent to me just saying to him, cause I touch grass. Except it wasn't. Less grass, more glass. It's like, cause I drink pints and have stories. Which is also when you get the dirt on people, and that's how you get close friends, because they know you've got the dirt on them. You have those embarrassing stories and the nicknames that you can just bring up every now and again, and they know what you mean by the nickname, but people don't. Like one of my friends used to just get called Belly Button Nick. And people were like, what the hell do you mean? I was like, oh, because, you know, and he'd hate me for it because it'd also spare people on. And he'd be like, because, you know, like after 4 pints, he has a tendency to get his belly button out because it had happened on a good few occasions. So then people would then try and make him get to that 4 pint mark. And he's like, I really wanted a quiet drink tonight. I hate you so much. Yeah, like usually I can talk to anyone. Depending on how long I talk to those people is how interested or like how interested I am in what they're saying, or if I think we've got something in common. Because I realised this, like, she's probably never going to see this, it's fine. A girl I was talking to on like dating app started talking, is like, oh, we've got stuff in common. But what we actually did versus what we had done. It's like, oh, our current interest, we have nothing in common. Because it started on stuff like, oh yeah, like, love the Fallout and Skyrim. Oh my god, that's freaking massive, popped up in my face. Like the Skyrim series and like things we'd watched and just general interests. But when it came to day to day, all I'd see was like here on like Honkai Star Rail and playing League of Legends. I was like, there's nothing I can do with you day to day. Ooh, don't fuzzle. Like where she currently was in her life was not anything that I could like be involved in. Because I was just, my whole thing where there was like, I need to see you in real life because I can't do the whole like, I can do the through the screen thing with this, but I feel like if I actually want a connection with someone, I need to have known them in person. Like we can talk really well over the internet and through a screen, but I don't feel like I know someone unless I've seen them in person. So I was just trying to like grab her out for a coffee or whatever, and she was very reluctant to do it until eventually at one point I just stopped giving her the option to like, and this is going to sound really weird. She could have still obviously said no. But I was just like, oh, this is going on this weekend. I'm going to be doing this. You coming? It wasn't like, oh, maybe we should do this or maybe we should do that. Like trying to throw ideas, getting her invested. I was just like, my cousin's playing a gig. It's all the music that you'd seem like you'd enjoy. Do you want to come out? If it's a nice place, we can go for something to eat. Grab a few drinks while we're out. Yeah, you coming? And I kind of gave her no choice, but then ultimately she bailed on that. So I think maybe that was a legitimate excuse to not come out. But she just seemed to basically want to stay in a room all day. It's like work and then in a room. I was like, I can't do that. I'm doing this now. Which is whatever it is. But also since I've moved out, which is the irony of it. Since I moved out, I found so many excuses to not stay in a house that I'm paying for. It's so stupid, but apparently it is consistently true for like everyone. Like my brother said the same, my sister very much seems the same. Like the amount of holidays my sister goes on since she's, and yeah, especially more since she's moved out. And then friends have been the same. Like friends have moved out, not like bought their own places, but like in the city centre, a flat, and they're out like every night. Like every night and day. They're not in the flat having a cup of coffee, they're in like a coffee shop instead, just meeting up with people. Because it is kind of backwards, because before I moved out, my mum and dad would be like, oh, you just spend all your time in your room, and it's like, well, yeah, because that's where my fun stuff is. Yeah, I think that's what you got more choice. Like, and I feel like it's a different mindset. I feel like, especially when you're living with parents, you kind of like, well, I'll wait for them to tell me that they're doing something, and I guess I'll do it with them. Where now I'm just like, oh, well, I'm doing my own thing, and I'll go for a walk in a bit around the park or whatever. I'll text my mates and see what they're up to and go meet up with them if I want. Because you also get that little bit of a judge of like, oh, well, you were out late last night and you've been out a few times. Like, people watch, or like your parents watch you, and they may not say it, but you know they're quietly judging. But like after you moved out, they're not. No one, especially because I'm on my own, no one's keeping track of me. I can be up as late as I want. I can be as loud as I want. I can go out as much as I want. Because I don't feel like anyone's keeping tabs. I can go to the gym at 1 o'clock and not feel judged. Yeah, quite literally. I'm my own little enigma. Have these Bulbasaurs not evolved yet? Nope, I need to click ready. Oh, I tried to preempt that one as well. I need to check these Bulbasaur's levels. I can. I've got one song in mind. One song in mind, but I'll save it for the Saturday stream. It'll be a nice end to it. Because it is my favourite song. The others, I don't think... I know off the top of my head. They actually need a little bit of practice. Oh my god. Yeah, until you move into my spare room. Which still smells like the day I moved in. Let's see. I need to... Let's add to party. Yeah. I mean, there's a whole Twitch guest star thing. Which I found out when I was going through all the tabs on the side. I don't know what it is, but apparently it's like you can collaborate with other streamers better and blah 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 blah. I found this argument flat. Yeah, I get the not showing your face. I don't care. It was already out there from before because the cringy bit of my old YouTube bits. Oh yeah, I do. I only just realised the way you look like when you mentioned it. I was like, oh yeah, I do. Yeah, that's odd. And I forgot what I was saying. That it was a big enough revelation. Yeah, I just forgot what I was saying. Oh, same here. I think I was looking in the mirror like in work today and went, oh, because I know when my hair needs cutting. One, because the back stops feeling nice and cut short, but two, the hair starts coming over the ears. Just got lost in the thought of your eyes. Oh, freaking gag me with a spoon. Yeah, I know I need a haircut when either the hair goes over my ears or it stops feeling cute. Stops feeling cute, stops feeling nice. God damn it, you say kawaii in my brain just like translated instantly. It just weirdly what my brain's so okay. This is another thing. Because whenever I tell people like, oh yeah, I'm Greek, Cypriot, whatever. People go, oh, that's a ton of levels. How far is the Bulbasaur going to go? So they're definitely evolving. Yeah. It's hard for me to focus on two things. I really need to get that checked. Yeah, when I tell people like, oh, I'm Greek or like Cypriot technically. You know, the yogurt. People usually ask like, oh, can you speak it? And I have to tell them so many times, like, I understand more that I consider myself that sometimes. I have to tell people I can understand more than I can speak, because I'm great at, not great, because I clearly can't do it well enough that I can speak it. I'm good at translating in my head roughly what something means, because I kind of do it automatically, which is why I read kawaii and my brain just went, oh, cute. If I know what something means, my brain will do that, which is apparently a good memory technique, because I was looking up how to remember things better, because I'm getting really bad at that and I need techniques. Oh, wait. Oh, they're going to learn a ton. Oh, no, they don't. It does float my boat. It might be cringy, but it floats my boat. It is that kind of like ironic statement I will make. It's like, I'm just a Greek god. I'm the perfect specimen of a man, is usually the phrase I'll use. Like, you really gotta over-egg it if you want it to come off sarcastic enough, but still say it confidently. But yeah, so I've tried to learn Greek a good couple times, but I just can't quite get the speaking bit down. But as soon as I read it, I know what the sentence means. And it's just so frustrating. But I feel like I need to get someone who will... I forgot Metapod was orange. I need to get someone to actually teach me. To be fair, I feel like that would catch some people. Like, if you imagine like a fishing rod with some bait, that'd catch people. Pokekon. Pokekion. It's not far off what the oh no, I was gonna say it's not far off what I'm... Oh, and the gold Caterpie. What I can make the emote. I could have made it like PaneyeRewind, but I was like, mate, I could make that PaneyeRewind and it'd work, and it'd be... It's Twitch language. It just works. But you'd still know it was Kekleon. Okay, and I have to get these out my party. It still annoys me that I can't shorten it to Pan. Like, I feel like that's an option that I might be able to get if I'm partnered. Eventually, maybe ever. But the fact that I can't have it like Pan kind of annoys me, because it's just so much neater. Where's... That's a Metapod. Remove from party. And then I've just got to evolve these two. Does Bulbasaur not... I thought Bulbasaur evolved early. What was I saying? Oh yeah. At some point, I said it was going to be this year that I wanted to try and learn Greek. Mainly because my nan speaks Greek as their first language. I mean, my nan and my granddad both speak Greek as a first language because they were born and raised over there and then moved over here. And then had my dad, and then down the line somewhere I happened. But yeah, my granddad kind of speaks it pretty much fluently. Like, he was the voice when they came over here. But my nan, she's still not super confident. Greek is a very angry language. Like, it actually takes a second to realize people sound angrier, but they're actually saying something really nice. Like, they can be shouting down and say like, Refile! And it's like, they're actually going, my friend! It's, yeah. Yeah, some people are into angry. There's a reason why there are so many versions of angry sex, revenge sex. It just gets some people in the mood. And we're getting the first Ivysaur. But yeah, my nan's not super confident, so I've always wanted to, just to kind of like Yeah, Greek Zerks, yeah, that happens between either Greek people or in the country of Greece. You've got your options there. Doesn't necessarily have to be angry, but if it's between two Greek people, they're probably angry. I mean, dash bun is technically a loaf of bread. And you can pound bread, you can pound dough. Maybe I was making donuts. Dash bun donuts. It wouldn't matter. It's on the VOD, and the VOD's getting uploaded anyway. It'd be on the stream. Now I'm thinking I kind of want to make dash bun donuts. Because I am a... donuts, not nuts. Yeah, dash bun glazed donuts. Because it's a well-baked dough, isn't it? Pretty much. So it'd just be a nice simple glaze, and that is, like, I'm all for the fancy donuts with your icings, your fillings, whatever, but you can't beat a good either sugared donut or a glazed donut. Although I do love the simple things, like simple things done right. That took me off guard. And my mind just... You could probably see in my eyes the thoughts, they just started running. They were Usain Bolt down that way, and I had to catch up with them for a second. But now I'm thinking that would be a great cringy pickup line. To just start talking with someone and tell them I'd glaze their donuts. I'd glaze the buns. It's cringy enough, but if you say it in the right way and they get the hint. Because that is my vibe. Like I've said, I've been told I just embrace my awkwardness. So I feel like because I come off that way, I could maybe get away with it. It's just getting people to know you're not serious half the time. And then actually having the balls to say it. Because I'm great at forcing myself to do things. But that kind of stops on like social interactions. I can turn up at a place. That's the easy part. Okay, so we're making an itinerary of if I ever meet you. It's like, we're meeting up. We're going for drinks, but first we'll go for Krispy Kremes. It's alright, I'm knackered as well. I'm just hoping these... Wait, I don't need to evolve one of these Ivysaur. Which I'm glad I noticed that. Yeah, I'm probably going to get off after these Ivysaur evolve. A shorter one today, but not actually by that much. Only by like half an hour. I just thought I wanted to jump on for the first day after getting affiliate. Oh, but I'll be on for a longer one on Saturday. Don't worry. If I get off now, I'll be fresher for the rest of the week, which means I'll have more energy for Saturday. I also need to get stuff like downloading for work and monitoring that. So I actually need internet connection. Out Saturday night because I'm planning on doing it relatively early. So you might be able to catch it if it's early. I might do it. I could do it so it goes over. I might just have to have dinner on stream. Which, that could work. I was trying to work out like logistically. I could just order in and then I don't have to cook. Because I'm planning on... I was thinking it might be like I kind of want to break my longest stream record. And hopefully, maybe, depending on how long it takes. Or I could just do 2 shorter streams. And then technically I'm breaking the record for myself for like most in a day. Which isn't hard considering it's been once in a day. Pretty much consistently for all of them. So it's either longer than my longest or most in a day. Which I have to... Let's check. Oh, Chanty. Don't check while Chanty isn't in the ball. What's my longest one? What is Nexamon? That's one that I actually haven't heard of for once. Okay, apparently I am missing something. Let's go on. Oh, don't stop playing my own videos. It'd be one of the earlier ones, wouldn't it? It'd definitely be one of the Dex ones. Yes, 6.5 hours. I might actually have a look into it. That might be interesting. Just give it a go. If it doesn't go, if I end up getting every shiny that I need quick enough. Oh, okay. One more chancey. Yeah, I just need to go longer than 6.5 hours. Oh, I mean, you've sold me there. What can I get it on? Is it on Steam or is it the Switch eStore? eShop? eStore. Can tell I'm tired. I'm actually... It sounds weird, but standing up is so much better. Oh, okay. It'd be better for my computer if I get it on Switch. So I'll have a look into it. Because it was... What was the other one? The constant, like, double battle game? That was a Pokemon ripoff. God, you doing that sounds like me with Stardew. But just reversed. Temtem, that was it. I still haven't played Temtem. But I feel like that's kind of like lost all motivation to play Temtem, really. Because it still seems good. But I know me and my brother-in-law have like the same taste, and he picked it up for a bit but never finished it. I may do it some point. Because I know I've definitely been like getting out the mood for doing certain things. Like what was it? Yeah, like shiny hunting on this. I was like, I just need to take a break from shiny hunting, specifically in Let's Go, and then went to do a quick hunt in a different game or just play something different. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur's evolving. I am so glad I'm not the only one being like introduced to new abbreviations in tech. The tech speak that the kids use these days. Yeah, let's teach it Pelotons. Get rid of it's got such a terrible moveset. Reddit has so many friggin' abbreviations that took me so long to actually figure out. Like, I didn't know what TIL was for the longest time until I realized it was like, oh, today I learned. And so many posts that made sense. And let's take Ivysaur out the team. Let's remove these random Chansey from the team. So of all these... Oh no, that's more than... I didn't see the first two. I was trying to work out what I need for like complete lines until I've cleared what I've caught. And didn't see like the Bellsprout or the Pidgey at the start. Thing is, that's been two things which also confuses me. Because SMH can be shake my head or so much hate. It's kind of changed over time. But yeah, what I was just saying for that. So I've got Bulbasaur line done. Caterpie line done. I need 1 Weedle, 2 Bellsprout, 2 Pidgey basically. But decent progress. Yeah, I think... I forget which one it landed on. I still don't actually know. Yeah, sure, let's go for it. Suck my head. Oh, now I see what you meant by it was something dirty. Okay, it's landed on shake my head. Yeah, sure, I'm ending off now anyway. So, I'll just go back to that. Who are we raiding? And I need to... Tempe Julep. That'd be a good one for while I'm prepping all my stuff to watch while I'm getting ready for work tomorrow. No worries. And cheers for popping in. Hopefully... Well, cheers for the friggin' too many unnecessary subs because you're apparently just balling. And you didn't end it off. I got it before you. I'm hydrating before I go. But yeah, she's popping in, and I guess I'll probably see you Saturday if I do. But catch you in a bit. Boop. I didn't prep the thing.